Good evening, everybody. Thanks for your patience while we had some technical difficulties, but we are here and welcome to week 39 of Plaguespeare and Company. Tonight, we are pleased to bring you Shakespeare's shortest play. Can I get a round of applause? Thank you. The Comedy of Errors, an adaptation of Menechmi by Roman playwright Plautus. This play is one of Shakespeare's most farcical comedies, utilizing slapstick, mistaken identities, puns, wordplay. It's got it all in there. So grab your popcorn and a tasty beverage, sit back, relax, and enjoy The Comedy of Errors.
Proceed, Solinus, to procure my fall, and by the doom of death end woes and all.
Merchant of Syracuse, plead no more. I am not partial to infringe our laws. The enmity and discord which have late sprung from the rancorous outrage of your duke to merchants are well-dealing countrymen who, wanting guilders to redeem their lives, have sealed his rigorous statutes with their bloods. Excludes all pity from our threatening looks, for since the mortal and intestine jars twixt thy seditious countrymen and us, it hath in solemn synods been decreed, both by the Syracusians and ourselves, to admit no traffic to our adverse towns. Nay more, if any more at Ephesus be seen at any Syracusian marts and fairs, again, if any Syracusian born come to the bay of Ephesus, he dies. His goods confiscate to the duke's dispose, unless 1,000 marks be levied, to quite the penalty and to ransom him. Thy substance, valued at the highest rate, cannot amount unto 100 marks. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die.
Yet this my comfort. When your words are done, my woes end likewise with the evening sun.
Well, Syracusian, say in brief the cause why thou departest from thy native home, and for what cause thou camest to Ephesus.
A heavier task could not have been imposed than I to speak my griefs unspeakable. Yet that the world may witness that my end was wrought by nature, not by vile offense, I'll utter what my sorrow gives me leave. In Syracuse was I born, and wed unto a woman, happy but for me and by me, had not our hap been bad, with her lived in joy. Our wealth increased by prosperous voyages I often made to Epidamnum, till my factor's death, and the great care of goods at random left drew me from kind embracements of my spouse, from whom my absence was not 6 months old before herself. almost at fainting under the pleasing punishments that women bear, had made provision for her following me, and soon and safe arrived where I was. There had she not been long, but she became a joyful mother of 2 goodly sons. And, which is strange, the one so like the other as could not be distinguished but by names. That very hour, and in the selfsame inn, a mean woman was delivered of such a burden male, twins both alike. Those for their parents were exceedingly poor, I bought and brought up to attend my sons. My wife, not meanly proud of 2 such boys, made daily motion for our home return. Unwillingly I agreed. Alas, too soon we came aboard. A league from Epidamnum we had sailed before the always wind-obeying deep gave any tragic instance of our harm. But longer did we not retain much hope, for what obscured light the heavens did grant did but convey unto our fearful minds a doubtful warrant of immediate death, which, though myself would gladly have embraced, yet the incessant weepings of my wife, weeping before what she saw must come, and piteous plainings of the pretty babes that mourned for fashion, ignorant what to fear, forced me to seek delays for them and me. And this it was, for other means was none. The sailors sought for safety by our boat and left the ship, then sinking ripe to us. My wife, more careful for the latter born, had fastened him unto a small spare mast, such as seafaring men provide for storms. To him one of the other twins was bound, whilst I had been like heedful of the other. The children thus disposed, my wife and I, fixing our eyes on whom our care was fixed, fastened ourselves at either end of the mast, and floating straight obedient to the stream was carried towards Corinth, as we thought. At length, the sun, gazing upon the earth, dispersed those vapors that offended us, and by the benefit of this wished light, the seas waxed calm, and we discovered 2 ships from far, making amain to us, of Corinth that, of Epidaurus this. But ere they came, let me say no more. Gather the sequel by what went before.
Nay, forward, old man. Do not break off so, for we may pity, though not pardon thee.
Oh, had the gods done so, I had not now worthily termed them merciless to us. For ere the ships could meet by twice 5 leagues, we were encountered by a mighty rock, which, being violently borne upon our helpful ship, was splitted in the midst, so that, in this unjust divorce of us, fortune had left to both of us alike what to delight in, what to sorrow for. Her part, poor soul, seeming as burdened with lesser weight, but not with lesser woe, was carried with more speed before the wind, and in our sight they 3 were taken up by fishermen of Corinth, as we thought. At length another ship had seized on us, and knowing whom it was their hap to save, gave healthful welcome to their shipwrecked guests, and would have reft the fisheries of their prey had not their bark been very slow of sail, and therefore homeward did they bend their course. Thus have you heard me severed from my bliss, that by misfortunes was my life prolonged, to tell sad stories of my own mishaps.
And for the sake of them thou sorrowest for, do me the favor to dilate at full what hath befallen of them and thee till now.
My youngest boy, and yet my eldest care, at 18 years became inquisitive after his brother, and importuned me that his attendant, so his case was like, reft of his brother, but retained his name, might bear him company in the quest of him, whom Whilst I labored of a love to see, I hazarded the loss of whom I loved. 5 summers have I spent in farthest Greece, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, and coasting homeward, came to Ephesus, hopeless to find, yet loath to leave unsought, or any place that harbors men. But here must end the story of my life. And happily, were I in my timely death, could all my travels warrant me they live.
Hapless Aegeon, whom the fates have marked to bear the extremity of dire mishap. Now trust me, were it not against my laws, against my crown, my oath, my dignity, which princes would they may not disannul, my soul should sue as advocate for thee. But thou art a judge to the death, and past sentence may not be recalled. But to our honor's great disparagement, yet will I favor thee in what I can. Therefore, merchant, I'll limit thee this day to seek thy health by beneficial help. Try all the friends thou have in Ephesus, beg thou or borrow to make up the sum, and live. If no, then thou art doomed to die. Jailer, take him into thy custody.
I will, my lord.
Hopeless and helpless doth Aegeon wend, but to procrastinate his lifeless end.
Therefore give out you are of Epidamnum, lest that your goods too soon be confiscate. This very day a Syracusan merchant is apprehended for arrival here, and not being able to buy out his life according to the statute of the town, dies ere the weary sun set in the west.
Oof.
There is your money that I had to keep.
Go bear it to the Centaur where we host, and stay there, Dromio, till I come to thee. Within this hour it will be dinner time. Till that, I'll view the manners of the town, peruse the traders, gaze upon the buildings, and then return and sleep within mine inn. For with long travel I am stiff and weary. Get thee away.
Many a man would take you at your word and go indeed, having so good a mien.
A trusty villain, sir, that very oft, when I am dull with care and melancholy, lightens my humor with his merry jests. What, will you walk with me about the town, and then go to my inn and dine with me?
I am invited, sir, to certain merchants of whom I hope to make some benefit.
Oh.
I crave your pardon. Soon at 5 o'clock, please you, I'll meet you upon the mart, and afterward consort you till bedtime. My present business calls me from you now.
Farewell till then. I will go lose myself and wander up and down to view the city.
Sir, I commend you to your own content.
He that commends me to mine own content commends me to the thing I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water that in the ocean seeks another drop, who, falling there to find his fellow forth, unseen, inquisitive, confounds himself. So I, to find a mother and a brother, in quest of them, unhappy, lose myself. Well, here comes the almanac of my true date. What now? How chanced thou art returned so soon?
Return so soon, rather approach too late. The capon burns, the pig falls from the spit, the clock hath struck 12 upon the bell. My mistress made a word upon my cheek. She is so hot because the meat is cold. The meat is cold because you come not home. You come not home because you have no stomach. You have no stomach, having broke your fast. But we that know what 'tis to fast and pray are penitent for your default today.
Stop in your wind, sir. Tell me this. I pray, where have you left the money that I gave you?
6 I had a Wednesday last to pay the saddler for my mistress Crupper. The saddler had it, so I kept it not.
I am not in a sportive humor now. Tell me, and dally not, where is the money? We being strangers here, how darest thou trust so great a charge from thine own custody?
I pray you jest, sir. As you sit at dinner, I for my mistress came to you in post. If I return, I shall be post indeed, for she will score your fault upon my pate. Methinks your maul, like mine, should be your clock, and strike home without a messenger.
Come, Dromio, come. These jests are out of season. Reserve them for till a merrier hour than this. Where is the gold I gave in charge to thee?
To me, sir?
Yes.
Why, you gave no gold to me.
Come on, sir knave, have done your foolishness, and tell me how thou hast disposed thy charge.
My charge was but to fetch you from the march, home to your house, the Phoenix, sir, to dinner. My mistress and her sister stays for you.
Now, as I am a Christian, answer me, in what safe place you have bestowed my money, or I shall break that merry sconce of yours that stands on tricks when I am undisposed. Where is the 1,000 marks hadst thou of me?
I had some marks of yours upon my pate, some of my mistress's marks upon my shoulders, but not 1,000 marks between you both. If I should pay your worship those again, perchance you will not bear them patiently.
Thy mistress's marks? What mistress slave hadst thou?
Your worship's wife, my mistress at the Phoenix, she that doth fast till you come home to dinner, and prays that you will hie home to dinner.
What, wilt thou flout me thus unto my face, being forbid? There! That, sir knave!
What mean you, sir? For God's sake, hold your hands. Nay, and you will not, I will take my heels.
Upon my life, by some device or other, the villain is robbed of all my money. They say this town is full of cousin-ages, as nimble jugglers that deceive the eye, dark working sorcerers that change the mind, soul-killing witches that deform the body, disguised cheaters, prating mountebanks, and many such like liberties of sin. If it proves so, I will be gone the sooner. I'll to the centaur to go seek this slave. I greatly fear my money is not safe.
Neither my husband nor the slave returned, that in such haste I sent to seek his master. Sure, Luciana, it is 2:00.
Perhaps a merchant hath invited him, and from mart he's somewhere gone to dinner. Good sister, let us dine and never fret. A man is master of his liberty. Time is their master, and when they see time, they'll go or come. If so, be patient, sister.
Why should their liberty than ours be more?
Because their business still lies out a door.
Look, when I serve him so, he takes it ill.
Oh, no, he is the bridle of your will.
There's none but asses will be bridled so.
Why, headstrong liberty is lashed with woe. There's nothing situate under heaven's eye, but hath his bound in earth and in sea and sky. The beasts, the fishes, and the winged fowls are their male subjects at their controls. Man, more divine, the master of all of these, Lord of the wide world and wild watery skies and seas, endued with intellectual sense and souls, of more preeminence than fish and fowls, are masters to their females and their lords. Then let your will attend on their accords.
This servitude makes you to keep unwed.
Not this, but the troubles of the marriage bed.
Oh, but were you wedded, you would bear some sway.
Ere I learn love, I'll practice to obey.
How if your husband starts some otherwhere?
Well, till he come home again, I would forbear.
patience unmoved. No marvel, though she pause, they can be meek that have no other cause. A wretched soul, bruised with adversity, we bid be quiet when we hear it cry. But were we burdened with like weight of pain, as much or more, we should ourselves complain. So thou, that hast no unkind mate to grieve thee, with urging helpless patience would relieve me. But if thou live to see like a right bereft, this fool beg patience in thee will be left.
Well, I will marry one day, but to try. Oh, here comes your man. Now, is your husband nigh?
Well, say, is your tardy master now at hand?
Nay, he's at two heads with me, and that my two ears can witness.
Hey, didst thou speak with him? Knowst thou his mind?
Aye, he told me upon mine ear. Beshrew his hand, I scarce could understand it.
Spake he so doubtfully thou could not feel his meaning?
Nay, he struck so plainly, I could too well feel his blows, and withal so doubtfully that I could scarce understand them.
But say, I prithee, is he coming home? It seems he hath great care to please his wife.
Why, mistress, sure my master is horn mad.
Horn mad?
No, maybe not cuckold mad, but sure he is stark mad. When I desired him to come home to dinner, he asked me for 1,000 marks of gold. He asked me, 'tis dinner time, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Your meat doth burn, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Will you come, quoth I? My gold, quoth he. Where is the 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain? The pig, quoth I, is burnt. My gold, quoth he. My mistress, sir, quoth I. Hang up thy mistress. I know not thy mistress. Out on thy mistress.
Quoth who?
Quoth my master. I know, quoth he, no house, no wife, no mistress, so that my errand, due unto my tongue, I thank him, I bear home upon my shoulders, for in conclusion he did beat me there.
Go back again, thou slave, and fetch him home.
I could go back again and you will be beaten home. For God's sake, send some other messenger.
Back, slave, or I will break thy pate across.
And he will bless that cross with other beating. Between you I shall have a holy head.
Hence, prating peasant, fetch thy master home.
Am I so round with you as you with me, that like a football you do spurn me thus? You spurn me hence, and he shall spurn me hither. If I last in your service, you must case me in leather.
Go.
Why, how impatience lowereth in your face.
His company must do his minions grace. Was I at home starve for a merry look, hath homely age the alluring beauty took from my poor cheek? Then he hath wasted it. Are my discourses dull? Barren my wit, if voluble and sharp discourse be marred, unkindness blunts it more than marble hard. Do their gay vestments his affections bait? That's not my fault. He's master of my state. What ruins are in me that can be found by him not ruined? Then is he the ground of my defeatures? My decayed fare a sunny look of his would soon repair, but too unruly dear he breaks the pail and feeds from home. Poor I am, but is stale.
Self-harming jealousy. Fie, beat it hence.
Unfeeling fools can with such wrongs dispense. I know his eye doth homage otherwhere, or else what lets it but he would be here? Sister, you know he promised me a chain. Would that alone a love he would detain, so he would keep fair quarter with his bed. I see the jewel best enameled will lose his beauty, yet the gold bides still that others touch, and often touching will wear gold. And no man that hath the name by falsehood and corruption doth it shame. Since that my beauty cannot please his eye, I'll weep what's left away and weeping die.
How many fond fools serve mad jealousy?
The gold I gave to Dromio is laid up safe at the centaur, and the heedful slave is wandered forth in care to seek me out. By computation and mine host's report, I could not speak with Dromio since the first I sent him to the mart. See, here he comes. How now, sir? Is your merry humor altered as your love strokes so jest with me again? You know no centaur. You receive no gold. Your mistress sent to have me home to dinner. My house was at the Phoenix. Wast thou mad that thou thus so madly thou dost answer me?
What answer, sir? What spake I such a word?
Even now, even here, not half an hour since.
I did not see you since you sent me hence, home to the centaur with the gold you gave me.
Villain, thou didst deny the gold's receipt, and toldst me of a mistress and a dinner, for which I hope thou feltst I was displeased.
I'm glad to see you in this merry vein. What means this jest? I pray you, master, tell me.
Yea, dost thou jeer and flout me in the teeth? Thou thy jest? Hold, take thou that and that.
Oh, hold, sir, for God's sake, now you're just as earnest. Upon what bargain do you give it me?
Because that I familiarly sometimes do use you for my fool and chat with you. Your sauciness will jest upon my love and make a common of my serious hours. When the sun shines, let the foolish gnats make sport, but creep in crannies when he hides his beams. If you will jest with me, know my aspect, then fashion your demeanor to my looks, or I will beat this method in your sconce.
Sconce, call you it? So you would leave battering, I'd rather have it ahead. And to use these blows long, I must get a sconce for my head and ensconce it too, or else I'll seek my wit in my shoulders. But I pray, sir, why am I beaten?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing, sir, but that I am beaten.
Shall I tell you why?
Aye, sir, and wherefore? For they say every why hath a wherefore.
Why, first for flouting me, and then wherefore for urging it the second time to me.
Was there ever any man thus beaten out of season, when in the why and the wherefore is neither rhyme nor reason? Well, sir, I thank you.
Thank me, sir, for what?
Oh, marry, sir, for this something that you gave me for nothing.
I'll make you amends next, to give you nothing for something. But say, sir, is it dinner time?
Oh, no, sir, I think the meat wants. That I have.
In good time, sir. What's that?
Basting.
Well, sir, then 'twill be dry.
If it be, sir, I pray you eat none of it.
Your reason?
Well, lest it make you choleric and purchase me another dry basting.
Well, sir, learn to jest in good time. There's a time for all things.
I durst have denied that before you were so choleric.
By what rule, sir?
Marry, sir, by the rule as plain on the plain bald pate of Father Time himself.
Let's hear it.
Well, there's no time for a man to recover his hair that grows bald by nature.
May he not do it by fine and recovery?
Yes, to pay a fine for a periwig and recover the lost hair of another man.
Why is time such a miser of hair, being as it is so plentiful in excrement?
Ah, because it is a blessing that he bestows on beasts, and what he hath scanted men in their hair, he hath given them in their wit.
Why, but there's many a man hath more hair than wit.
Not a man of those, but he hath the wit to lose his hair.
Why, thou didst conclude hairy men plain dealers without wit.
The plainer dealer, the sooner lost. Yet he loseth it in a kind of jollity.
For what reason?
Oh, for two, and sound ones too.
Nay, not sound, I pray you.
Oh, sure ones then.
Nay, not sure, in a thing falsing.
Oh, certain ones then.
Name them.
Well, the one to save the money that he spends in tiring, the other that at dinner they should not drop in his porridge.
You would all this time have proved there is no time for all things.
Marianne did, sir. Namely, e'en no time to recover hair lost by nature.
But your reason was not substantial, why there is no time to recover.
Oh, thus I mend it. Time himself is bald, and therefore to the world's end will have bald followers.
I knew 'twould be a bald conclusion.
Oh,
But soft, who wafts us yonder?
I, Antipholus, look strange and frown. Some other mistress hath thy sweet aspects. I am not Adriana, nor thy wife. The time was once when thou unurged wouldst vow that never words were music to thine ear, that never object pleasing in thine eye, that never touch well welcome to thy hand, that never meat sweet savored in thy taste, unless I spake, or looked, or touched, or carved to thee. How comes it now, my husband? How comes it that thou art then estranged from thyself? Thyself, I call it, being strange to me, that undividable incorporate, and better than thy dear self's better part. Do not tear away thyself from me, for know, my love, as easy mayst thou fall a drop of water in the breaking gulf, and take unmingled thence that drop again without addition of diminishing, as take from me thyself, and not me too. How dearly would it touch thee to the quick, shouldst thou but hear I were licentious, and that this body consecrate to thee by ruffian lust should be contaminate? Wouldst thou not spit at me, and spurn at me, and hurl the name of husband in my face, and tear the stained skin of my harlot brow, and from my false hand cut the wedding ring, and break it with a deep divorcing vow? I know thou canst, and therefore see thou do it. I am possessed with an adulterate blot. My blood is mingled with the crime of lust. For if we two be one, and thou play false, I do digest the poison of thy flesh, being strumpeted by thy contagion. Keep then fair league and truce with thy true bed. I live disdained, thou undishonored.
Plead you to me, fair dame? I know you not. In Ephesus I am but 2 hours old, as strange unto your town as to your talk, who every word by all my wit being scanned, wants wit in all one word to understand.
Fie, brother. How the world has changed with you. Where you wont to use my sister thus? She sent for you by Dromio home to dinner.
By Dromio?
by me?
By thee and this thou didst return from him, that he did buffet thee, and in his blows denied my house for his, me for his wife.
Did you converse, sir, with this gentlewoman? What is the course and drift of your compact?
Aye, sir, I never saw her till this time.
Villain, thou liest, for even her very words didst thou deliver to me on the mart.
I never spake with her in all my life.
How can she thus then call us by our names, unless it be by inspiration?
How ill agrees it with your gravity to counterfeit thus grossly with your slave, abetting him to thwart me in my mood? Be it my wrong, you are from me exempt, but wrong, not that wrong, with a more contempt. Come, I will fasten on this sleeve of thine. Thou art an elm, my husband, I a vine, whose weakness, married to thy stronger state, makes me with thy strength to communicate. If aught possess thee from me, it is dross, usurping ivy, briar, or idle moss, who all for want of pruning with intrusion infect thy sap and live on thy confusion.
To me she speaks, she moves me for her theme. What was I married to her in my dream? Or sleep I now, and think I hear all this. What error drives our eyes and ears amiss? Unless I know this sure and certainty, I'll entertain the offered fallacy.
Dromio, go bid the servants spread for dinner.
Oh, for my beads, I grasp me for a sinner. This is the fairyland. Oh, spite of spite, we talk with goblins, owls, and sprites. If we obey them not, this will ensue. They'll suck our breath and pinch us black and blue.
Why prayest thou to thyself, and answerest not? Dromio, thou drumble, thou snail, thou slug, thou slot.
I am transformed, master, am I not?
I think thou art in mind, and so am I.
Nay, master, both in mind and in my shape.
Thou hast thine own form.
No, I am an ape.
If thou art changed to aught, 'tis to an ass.
'Tis true she rides me, and I long for grass. 'Tis so. I am an ass. Else it could never be, but I should know her as well as she knows me.
Come, come, no longer will I be a fool to put the finger in the eye and weep, whilst man and master laughs my woes to scorn. Come, sir, to dinner. Dromio, keep the gate. Husband, I'll dine above with you today and shrive you of 1,000 idle pranks. Sirrah, if any ask you for your master, say he dines forth and let no creature enter. Come, sister. Dromio, play the porter well.
Am I on earth, in heaven, or in hell? Sleeping or waking, mad or well advised? Known unto these and to myself disguised, I'll say as they say, and persevere so. And in this mist, at all adventures go.
Master, shall I be porter at the gate?
Aye, and let none enter, lest I break your pate.
Oh.
Come, come, Antipholus, we dine too late.
Good Signor Angelo, you must excuse all. My wife is shrewdish. When I keep hours not, how I say lingered with your shop and you to see the making of carcanet, and that tomorrow you will bring it home. But here's the villain that would face me down. He met me on the mart, and then I beat him, and they charged me with 1,000 marks in gold, and I did deny my wife and my house. And thou drunkard, thou, what dost thou mean by this?
Say what you will, sir, but I know what I know. That you beat me at the mart, I have your hand to show. If the skin were parchment, and the blows you give were ink, your own handwriting would tell you what I think.
I think thou is an ass.
Marry, so it doth appear, by the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear. I should kick being kicked, and being at that pass, you would keep from my heels and beware of an ass.
Y'all sad. Signor Balthasar, pray God our cheer may answer my good will and your good welcome here.
I hold your dainties cheap, sir, and you're welcome, dear.
Oh, Signor Balthasar, either eat at flesh or fish. A table full of welcome makes scarce one dainty dish.
Good meat, sir, is common, that every churl affords.
And welcome more common, for nothing but words.
Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast.
Aye, to a misery host and more sparing guest, but though my cates be mean, they take them in good part. Better cheer may you have, but not with a better heart. But soft, my door is locked. Go bid them let us in.
Maud, Bridget, Marion, Cicely, Gillian, Gin.
Mome, Malthorse, Capon, Coxcomb, Idiot, Patch, either get thee from the door or sit down at the hatch. Dost thou conjure for wenches? What, thou course for such store when one too many? Go, get thee from the door.
What Patches made our porter? My master stays in the street.
Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch cold on his feet.
Who talks within there? Ho, open the door.
Right, sir, I'll tell you when, and you'll tell me wherefore.
Wherefore? For my dinner. I have not dined today.
Nor today here must you not. Come again when you may.
Where art thou keepest me out from this house I owe?
The porter for this time, sir, and my name is Dromio.
Oh, villain, hast stolen
Oh,
mine.
villain, thou hast stolen both mine office and my name. The one ne'er got me credit, the other mickle blame. If thou'dst been Dromio today in my place, thou wouldst have changed my face for my name, or thy name for an ass.
What a coil is there, Dromio? Who are those at the gate?
Let my master in loose.
Faith, no, he comes too late, and so tell your master.
Oh, Lord, I must laugh. Have at you with the proverb. Shall I set in my staff?
Have at you with another, that's when can you tell?
If thy name be called Luce, Luce, thou hast answered him well.
Do you hear you, minion? You'll let us in, I hope.
I thought to have asked you.
And you said no.
So come help. Well struck. There was blow for blow.
Thou baggage, let me in.
Can you tell for whose sake?
Master, knock the door hard.
Let him knock till it ache.
You'll cry for this minion if I have to beat the door down.
What needs all that and a pair of stocks in the town?
Who is that at the door that keeps all this noise?
Oh, by my troth, your town is troubled with unruly boys.
Are you there, wife? Might you have come before?
Your wife, sir knave, go! Get you from the door!
If you went in pain, master, this knave would go sore.
Here's neither cheer, sir, nor welcome. We would fain have either.
Debating which was best, we shall part with neither.
Yeah.
They stand at the door, master. Bid them welcome hither.
This is something in the wind that we cannot get in.
Ha, you would say so, master, if your garments were thin. Your cake is warm within. You stand here in the cold. If it would make a man mad as a buck to be so bought and sold.
Go fetch me something, or break open the gate.
Break any breaking here, and I'll break your knave's pate.
A man
A man may break a word with you, sir, and words are but wind. Aye, and break it in your face, so he break it not behind.
Ah, it seems thou wantest breaking out upon thee, hind.
Here's too much out upon thee. I pray thee, let me in.
Aye, when fowls have no feathers and fish have no fin.
Well, I'll break in. So bar me a crow.
A crow without a feather? Master, mean you so? For a fish without a fin, there's a fowl without a feather. If a crow help us in, sirrah, we'll pluck a crow together.
Go get thee gone. Fetch me an iron crow.
Have patience, sir. Oh, let it not be so. Herein your war against your reputation, and draw within the compass of suspect the unviolated honor of your wife. Once this, your long experience of her wisdom, her sober virtue, years, and modesty, plead on her part some cause to you unknown. Doubt not, sir, but she will well excuse why at this time the doors are made against you. Be ruled by me, depart in patience, and let us to the Tiger all to dinner. And about evening come yourself alone to know the reason of this strain restraint. If by strong hand you offer to break in, now in the stirring passage of the day, a vulgar comment will be made of it, and that supposed by common route against your yet ungalled estimation, that may with foul intrusion enter in and dwell upon your grave when you are dead. For slander lives upon succession, for house forever housed where it gets possession.
You prevailed. I will depart in quiet, and despite the mirth, mean to be merry, and I know a wench of excellent discourse, pretty and witty and wild and yet too gentle. Then we dine, and this woman I mean hath offense time, unbraided with me with now to her we'll go to dinner. Get you home, and fetch a chain, by this I know 'tis made, bring it, I pray you, to Propentin, for there is the house, that chain I will bestow, be it nothing for nothing but to spite my wife upon my hostess there. Good sir, make haste, since my own doors refuse to entertain me. I'll knock somewhere else to see if they disdain me.
I'll meet you at that place some hour hence.
Do so. This jest will cost me some expense.
And may it be that you have quite forgot a husband's office? Shall Antipholus, even in the spring of thy love, thy springs rot? Shall love in building grow so ruinous? If you did wed my sister for her wealth, then you, for her wealth's sake, use her with more kindness. Or if you like elsewhere, do it by stealth. Muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let not my sister read it in your eye. Be not thy tongue thy own shame's orator. Look sweet, speak fair, become disloyalty. Apparel vice like virtue's harbinger. Bear a fair presence, though your heart be tainted. Teach sin the carriage of a holy saint. Be secret false. What need she be acquainted? What simple thief brags of his own attaint? 'Tis double wrong to trot with your bed, and let her read in it thy looks at board. Shame hath a bastard fame, well managed. Ill deeds is doubled with a evil word. Alas, poor women, make us but believe, being compact of credit, that you love us. Though others have the arm, show us the sleeve. We in motion turn, and you may move us. Then, gentle brother, get you in again. Comfort my sister, cheer her, call her wife. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain, when the sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Sweet mistress, what your name is else I know not, nor by what wonder you do hit of mine. Less in your knowledge and your grace you show not than our earth's wonder, more than earth divine. Teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak, lie open to my earthly gross conceit, smothered in airs, feeble, shallow, weak, the folded meaning of your words deceit. Against my soul's pure truth, why labor you to make it wander in an unknown field? Are you a god? Would you create me new, transform me then, and to your power I'll yield. But if that I am I, then well I know your weeping sister is no wife of mine, nor to her bed no homage do I owe. Far more, to you I do I decline. Oh, train me not, sweet mermaid, with thy note to drown me in thy sister's flood tears. Sing, siren, for thyself, and I will dote. Spread o'er the silver waves thy golden hairs, and as a bed I'll take them, and there lie, and in thy glorious supposition think he gains by death that hath such means to die. Let love, being light, be drowned if she sink.
What? Are you mad that you do reason so?
Oh, not mad, but mated. How, I do not know.
It is a fault that springeth from your eye.
For gazing on your beams, fair sun, being by?
Gaze when you should, and that will clear your sight.
As good to wink, sweet love, as look on a night.
Why call you me, love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister's sister.
That's my sister.
No, it is thyself, mine own self's better part, mine eye's clear eye, my dear heart's dear heart, my food, my fortune, and my sweet hope's aim, my soul earth's heaven, and my heaven's claim.
All this my sister, or else it should be.
Call thyself sister sweet, for I am thee. Thee will I love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband yet, nor I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Oh, soft, sir, hold you still. I'll fetch my sister to go get her goodwill.
Oh, now, Dromio, where's run thou so fast?
Do you know me, sir? Am I Dromio? Am I your man? Am I myself?
Thou art Dromio, thou art my man, thou art thyself.
I am an ass. I am a woman's man, and besides myself.
What woman's man, and how besides thyself?
Oh, marry, sir, besides myself, I am due to a woman, one that claims me, one that haunts me, one that will have me.
What claim lays she to thee?
Marry, sir, such a claim as you would lay to your horse, and she would have me as a beast. Not that I, being a beast, she would have me, but that she, being a very beastly creature, lays claim to me.
What is she?
Well, a very reverend body. Aye, such a one as a man may not speak of without he say, Sir Reverence. I have but lean luck in the match, and yet she is a wondrous fat marriage.
How dost thou mean a fat marriage?
Marry, sir, she is the kitchen wench, and all grease, and I know not what use to put her to, but to make a lamp of her, and run from her by her own light. I warrant her rags and the tallow in them will burn a Poland winter. If she lives till doomsday, she'll burn a week longer than the whole world.
Oh, what complexion is she of?
Oh, swart, like my shoe, but her face nothing like so clean kept. For why? She sweats. Oh, a man may go over shoes in the grime of it.
That's a fault that water will mend.
No, sir, 'tis in grain. Noah's flood could not do it.
Well, what's her name?
Nell, sir. But her name and 3/4, that's an L and 3/4, will not measure her from hip to hip.
And she bears some breadth.
No longer from head to foot than from hip to hip. She is spherical, like a globe. Oh, I could find out countries in her.
In what part of her body stands Ireland?
Oh, marry, sir, in her buttocks. I found it out by the bogs. Ooh.
Where's Scotland?
Oh, I found it by the Baroness, hard in the palm of her hand.
Oh, well, where's France?
Oh, in her forehead, armed and reverted, making war against her heir.
Where England?
Oh, I looked for chalky cliffs, but I could find no whiteness in them. But I guess it stood in her chin, by the salt room that ran between France and it.
Where Spain?
Faith, I saw it not, but I felt it in her hot breath.
Where America, the Indies?
Oh, sir, upon her nose, all embellished with rubies, carbuncles, sapphires, declining their rich aspect to the hot breath of Spain, who sent whole armados of carrots to be ballast at her nose.
Where stood Belgium, the Netherlands?
Oh, sir, I did not look so low. To conclude, this drudge or diviner laid claim to me, called me Dromio, swore I was assured to her, told me what privy marks I had about me, as the mark on my shoulder, the mole on my neck, the great wart on my left arm, and that I, amazed, had run from her as a witch. And I think if my breast had not been made of faith and my heart of steel, she had transformed me to a curtal dog and made me turn i' the wheel.
Go hide thee presently, post to the road, and if the wind blow any way from shore, I will not harbor in this town tonight. If any bark put forth, come to the mart, where I will walk till thee return to me. If every one knows us, and we know none, 'tis time, I think, to trudge, pack, and be gone.
As from a bear a man would run for life, so fly I from her that would be my wife. Oh.
Oh, there's none but witches do inhabit here, and therefore 'tis high time that I were hence. She that doth call me husband, even my soul, doth for a wife abhor. Oh, but her fair sister, possessed with such a gentle sovereign grace, of such enchanting presence and discourse, hath almost made me traitor to myself. But lest myself be guilty to self-wrong, I'll stop mine ears against the mermaid's song.
Master Antipholus!
Aye, that's my name.
Oh, I know it well, sir. Lo, here's the chain. I thought to take you at the porpentine. The chain unfinished made me stay thus long.
What is your will that I should do with this?
Oh, please yourself, sir. I have made it for you.
Made it for me, sir? I bespoke it not.
Not once, not twice, but 20 times you have. Go home with it, and please your wife withal. And soon at supper time I'll visit you, and then receive my money for the chain.
I pray you, sir, receive the money now, for fear you never see the chain nor money more.
Oh, you are a merry man, sir. Very well.
What should I think of this? I cannot tell. But this I think, there's no man is so vain that would refuse so fair an offered chain. I see a man here needs not to live by shifts, when in the streets he meets such golden gifts. I'll to the mart, and there for Dromio stay. If any ship put out, then straight away.
You know, since Pentecost, the sum is due. And since I have not much importuned you, nor now I had not, but that I am bound to Persia and want guilders for my voyage. Therefore make present satisfaction, or I'll attach you by this officer.
Even just the sum that I do owe to you is growing to me by Antipholus. And in the instant that I met with you, he had of me a chain. At 5 o'clock, I shall receive the money for the same. Pleaseth you, walk with me down to his house. I will discharge my bond. Oh, and thank you too.
That labor may you save. See where he comes.
Oh.
Well, I go to the goldsmith's house. Go thou and buy a rope's end that I will bestow with my wife and her confederates for locking me out of my doors by day. But soft, I see the goldsmith. Get thee gone, buy a rope and bring it home to me.
I buy £1,000 a year. I buy a rope.
A man is well to help us that trusts you, and I promise your presence and the chain, but neither by chain or by goldsmith's came to me, and be like you thought our love would last so long if we were chained together and came for their knots.
Stating your merry humor, sir, here's the note. How much your chain weighs to the utmost carat, the fineness of the gold, and chargeful fashion, which doth amount to 3 odd ducats more than I stand indebted to this gentleman. I pray you, see him presently discharged, for he is bound to sea and stays but for it.
I am not furnished with the present money. Besides, I have some business to do in town. Good signor, take the stranger to my house, and when you take the chain and bid my wife disperse the sum of the receipts, therefore, perchance I will be there. I will be there as soon as you.
Then you will bring the chain yourself?
No, bear it with you, lest I come not in time enough.
Well, sir, I will. Have you the chain about you?
And if I have not, sir, I hope you have. Or else you may return it without your money.
Nay, come, I pray you, sir, give me the chain. Both wind and tide stays for this gentleman, and I to blame if held him here too long.
Good Lord, use the stallions to excuse your breach of promise to the Porpentine, and I should have chilled you for not bringing it. But like a shrew, you first began to brawl.
The hour steals on. I pray you, sir, dispatch.
You hear how he importunes me. The chain.
Why give it to my wife and fetch your money?
Come. You know I gave it to you even now. Either send the chain or send me by some token.
Five, now you run this humor out of breath. Come wear thy chain. I pray you let me see it.
My business cannot brook this dalliance, good sir. Say where you will answer me or no. If not, I'll leave him to the officer.
I answer you? Why should I answer you?
The money that you owe me for the chain.
I owe you none till I receive the chain.
You know I gave it to you a half hour since.
You gave me nothing. You gave me none. You wrong me, much to say so.
You wrong me more, sir, in denying it. Consider how it stands upon my credit.
Well, officer, arrest him at my suit.
I do, and charge you in the Duke's name to obey me.
Oh, this touches me in reputation. Either consent to pay this sum for me, or I'll attach you by this officer.
Consent to pay thee, that I never had. Arrest me, foolish fellow, if thou darest.
Here is thy fee, officer. I would not spare my brother in this case if he should scorn me so apparently.
I do arrest you, sir. You hear the suit?
I do obey thee. I give thee bail. But sir, you shall buy this sport as dear as all the medals in your shop will answer.
Sir, I shall have law in Ephesus to your notorious shame. I doubt it not.
Master, there is a bark at Epidamnum that stays but till her owner comes aboard, and then, sir, she bears away. Our fraughtage, sir, I have conveyed aboard, and I have bought the oil, the balsamum, and aquavitae. The ship is in his trim. The merry wind blows fair from land, and stay for naught at all, but for their owner, master, and yourself.
How now, a madman? And why thou peevishly sheep? And what ship of Endymus stays for me?
A ship you sent me to hire waftage.
Thou drunken slave, I sent thee for a rope, and told thee what purpose and what end.
You sent me for a rope's end as soon. You sent me to the bay, sir, for a bark.
I will debate this matter more at more leisure, and teach your ears to listen me with more heed. To Andrea, villain, thee straight to give her the key, and tell her in the desk that covered with Turkish tapestry that there's a purse of ducats. Let her send. Tell her I am arrested in the street, and that she shall bail me. He that slave be gone. On officer till prison came. It come.
To Adriana. That is where we dined, where Dowsabel did claim me for her husband. Oh. She is too big, I hope, for me to compass. Oh, thither I must, although against my will, for servants must their masters' minds fulfill.
Oh, Luciana, did he tempt thee so? Mightst thou perceive austerely in his eye that he did plead in earnest? Yea or no? Looked he or red or pale or sad or merrily? What observation madest thou in this case of his heart's meteors tilting in his face?
First, he denied you had him no right.
He meant he did me none, the more my spite.
Then swore that he was a stranger.
What,
Here.
True, he swore, though yet forsworn he were.
Then I pleaded for you.
Oh, and what did he say?
That love I begged of for you, he begged of me.
With what persuasion did he tempt thy love?
With words that in an honest suit might move. First he did praise my beauty, then my speech.
Speak him fair?
Have patience, I beseech.
I cannot, nor I will not. Hold me still. My tongue, though not my heart, shall have his will. He's deformed, crooked, old and sere, ill-faced, worse-bodied, shapeless everywhere, vicious, ungentle, foolish, blunt, unkind, stigmatical in making, worse in mind.
Who would be jealous then of such a tone? No evil lost is wailed when it's gone.
But I think him better than I say, and yet would herein others' eyes were worse. Far from her nest the lapwing cries away. My heart prays for him, though my tongue do curse.
Oh, here, go, the desk, the purse. Sweat now, make haste.
How hast thou lost thy breath?
By running fast.
Where is thy master, Dromio? Is he well?
No, he's in Tartar limbo, worse than hell. Oh, a devil in an everlasting garment hath him, one whose hard heart is buttoned up with steel. A friend, a fairy, pitiless and rough, a wolf, nay worse, a fellow all in buff, a back fiend whose shoulder clapper one that countermands the messages of alleys, streaks, and narrow lands, a hound that runs counter and yet draws dry-foot well, one that before the judgment carries poor souls to hell.
Why, man, what is the matter?
I do not know the matter. He is rested on the case.
What? Is he arrested? Tell me, at whose suit?
I know not at whose suit he is arrested well, but as a suitor buff which rested him, that I can tell. Will you send him Mistress Redemption, the money in his desk?
Go, fetch it, sister. This I wonder at, that he, unknown to me, should be in debt. Tell me, was he arrested on a band?
Oh, not on a band, but on a stronger thing, a chain, a chain. Do you not hear it ring?
What, the chain?
No, the bell. 'Tis time I were gone. It was 2 ere I left him, and now the clock strikes 1.
The hours come back. That didn't I never hear.
Oh, yes, if an hour meet a sergeant, it turns back from very fear.
As if time were in debt. How fondly dost thou reason?
Time is very bankrupt and knows more than he's worth to season. Nay, he's a thief too. Have you not heard men say that time comes stealing on by night and day? If a be in debt and theft and a sergeant in the way, hath he not reason to turn back an hour in the day?
Oh, go, Dromio, there's the money, bear it straight, and bring thy master home immediately. Come, sister, I am pressed down with conceit, my comfort, and my injury.
The sort of man I meet, but doth salute me, as if I were their well-acquainted friend, and everyone doth call me by my name. Some tender money to me, some invite me, some other give me thanks for kindness, some offer me commodities to buy. Even now a tailor called me into his shop and showed me silks that he had bought for me, and therewithal took measure of my body. Sure, these are but imaginary wiles, and Lapland sorcerers inhabit here.
Oh, Master, here's the gold you sent me for. What? Have you got the picture of old Adam new apparelled?
What gold is this? What Adam dost thou mean?
Oh, not that Adam had kept a paradise, but that Adam that keeps the prison. He that goes in calf's skin that was killed for the prodigal. He that came behind you, sir, like an evil angel and bid you forsake your liberty.
I understand thee not.
No?
Hmm.
Why, 'tis a plain case. He that went like a bass viol in a case of leather. The man, sir, that when gentlemen are tired gives them a sob and rests them. He, sir, that takes pity on decayed men and gives them suits of durance. He that sets up his rest to do more exploits with his mace than with a morris pike.
What, thou meanst an officer?
Aye, sir, the sergeant of the band. He that brings any man to answer it that breaks his band. One that thinks a man always going to bed and says, God give you good rest.
Well, sir, there rest in your foolery. Is there any ships that puts forth tonight? May we be gone?
Why, sir, I brought you word an hour since the bark expedition put forth tonight, and then you were hindered by the sergeant to tarry for the hoy delay. Here are the angels that you sent for to deliver you.
The fellow I distract, and so am I. And here we wander in illusions. Some blessed power deliver us from hence.
Oh.
Well met, Master Antipholus. I see, sir, you have found the goldsmith now. Is that the chain you promised me today?
Satan avoid, I charge thee, tempt me not.
Master, is this Mistress Satan?
It is the devil.
Oh, nay, she's work. She's the devil's dam, and here she comes in the habit of a light wench, and therefore comes that the wenches say, God damn me. That's as much as to say, God make me a light wench. It is written, they appear to men like angels of light. Light is an effect of fire, and fire will burn. Ergo, light wenches will burn. Come not near her.
Your man and you are marvelous, merry sir. Will you go with me? We'll mend our dinner here.
Master, if you do, expect spoon meat or bespeak a long spoon.
Why, Dromio?
Marry, he must have a long spoon that must eat with the devil.
Avoid then, fiend. What tellest thou me of supping? Thou art, as you are all, a sorceress. Ooh, I conjure thee to leave me and be gone.
Give me the ring of mine you had at dinner, or for my diamond, the chain you promised, and I'll be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
Some devils ask but the parings of one's nail. A rush, a hair, a drop of blood, a pin, a nut, a cherry stone, but she, more covetous, would have a chain. Master, be wise, and if you give it her, the devil will shake her chain and fright us with it.
I pray you, sir, my ring, or else the chain. I hope you do not mean to cheat me so.
Avaunt, thou witch. Come, Dromio, let us go.
Fly pride, says the peacock. Mistress, that you know.
No, now out of doubt, Antipholus is mad. Else would he have never so demeaned himself. A ring of mine he hath worth 40 ducats, and for the same he promised me a chain. Both one and other he denies me now. The reason that I gather he is mad. Besides this present instant of his rage, it is a mad tale he told today at dinner, of his own doors being shut against his entrance, but like his wife, acquainted with his fits, on purpose shut the doors against his way. My way is now to his house, and tell his wife that, being lunatic, he rushed into my house and took perforce my ring away. This course I fittest choose, for 40 ducats is too much to lose.
Fear me not, man. I will break away. I will give thee and leave thee so much money to warrant thee as I am, rested for my wife is in a wayward mood today, and I will not likely trust the messenger. And that I should be attached in Ephesus, I tell you, twill sound harshly to her ears. And here comes my man. I think he brings me the money. How now, sir? Have you sent for it?
Is that our Lord who will pay them all?
But where's the money?
Why, sir, I gave the money for the rope.
500 ducats, villain, for a rope.
I serve you, sir, 500 at the rate.
To what end did I bid thee here home? Thee home?
To a rope's end, sir, and to that end am I returned.
And to that end, sir, I will welcome you.
Good sir, be patient, be patient.
Nay, 'tis for me to be patient. I am in adversity.
Good man, hold thy tongue.
Nay, rather persuade him to hold his hands.
Thou full senseless villain!
I would I was senseless, sir, that I might not feel your blows.
Thou art sensible in nothing but blows, so this is an ass.
I am an ass indeed. You may prove it by my long ears. I have served him from the hour of my nativity to this instant, and have nothing at his hands for service but blows. When I am cold, he heats me with beating. When I am warm, he cools me with beating. I am waked with it when I sleep, raised when I sit, driven out of doors when I go from home, welcomed home with it when I return. Nay, I bear it on my shoulders as a beggar wont her brat. And I think when he hath lamed me, I shall beg with it from door to door.
Come along. My wife is coming yonder.
Mistress, respice finem, respect your end, or rather, the prophecy like the parrot, beware the rope's end.
Wilt thou still talk?
What say you now? Is not your husband mad?
His incivility confirms no less. Good Dr. Pinch, you are a conjurer. Establish him in his true sense again, and I will please you what you will demand.
Alas, how fiery and how sharp he looks.
Mark how he trembles in his ecstasy.
Give me your hand and let me feel your pulse.
There is my hand, and let me feel your ear.
I charge thee, Satan, housed within this man, to yield possession to my holy prayers. To thy state of darkness hie thee straight. I conjure thee by all the saints in heaven.
Peace, sturdy wizard, peace. I am not mad.
Oh, that thou wert not a poor distressed soul.
You minion. You are these your customers? Did this companion with the saffron face reveal and feasted upon my house today, whilst upon me the guilty doors were shut, and I'm denied to enter my house?
Husband, God doth know you dined at home. Where would you had remained until this time, free from these slanders and this open shame?
Dined at home? Thou Venice, what sayest thou?
Sir, sooth to say, you did not dine at home.
Were not my doors locked up and I shut out?
Perdie, your doors were locked and you shut out.
And did not she herself revel me there?
Sans fable, she herself reviled you there.
Did not her kitchen maid rant, rail, taunt, and scorn me?
Certes, she did. The kitchen vestal
Scorned you.
And did I not rage depart from thy hence?
in verity you did, my bones bear witness, that since have felt the vigor of his rage.
Is it good to soothe him in these contraries?
Is no shame. The fellow finds his vein, and yielding to him, humors well his frenzy.
Thou hast stubborned thy goldsmith to arrest me?
Alas, I sent you money to redeem you by Dromio here, who came in haste for it.
Money by me? Heart and good will you might, but surely, master, not a rag of money.
Whence not thou to her for a purse of ducats?
He came to me and I delivered it.
And I am witness with her that she did.
God of the rope bait maker bear me witness that I was sent for nothing but a rope.
Mistress, both man and master is possessed. I know it by their pale and deadly looks. They must be bound and laid in some dark room.
Day, wherefore didst thou lock me forth today, and why dost thou deny a bag of gold?
I did not, gentle husband, lock thee forth.
And gentle master, I received no gold, but I confess, sir, that you were locked out.
Dissembling villain, thou speakst false in both.
Dissembling harlot, thou art false in all, and art confederate with a damned pack to make thy loathsome abject scorn of me. But with these nails, I'll pluck these false eyes that will behold in me this shameful sport.
Oh, bind him, let him not come near me.
More company, the fiend is strong within him.
I'm he, poor man, how pale and wan he looks.
What will you murder me, thou jailer? I am thy prisoner. Wilt thou suffer them to make rescue?
Masters, let him go. He is my prisoner, and you shall not have him.
Oh, bind this man, for he is frantic too.
What wilt thou do, thou peevish officer? Hast thou delight to see a wretched man do outrage and displeasure to himself?
He is my prisoner. If I let him go, the debt he owes will be required of me.
I will discharge thee ere I go from thee. Bear me forthwith unto his creditor, and knowing how the debt grows, I will pay it. Good master doctor, see him safe conveyed home to my house. Oh, most unhappy day.
Oh, thou most unhappy strumpet.
Master, I am here entered in bond for you.
Out with thee, villain. Wherefore thou dost mad me?
Will you be bound for nothing? Be mad, good master. Cry the devil.
God help, poor souls, how idly they do talk.
Go, bear him hence. Sister, go you with me.
Say now, whose suit is he arrested at?
One Angelo, a goldsmith. Do you know him?
I know the man. What is the sum he owes?
200 ducats.
Say, how grows it due?
Due for a chain your husband had of him.
He did bespeak a chain for me, but had it not. It may be so, but I did never see it. Come, jailer, bring me where the goldsmith is. I long to know the truth hereof at large.
God, for thy mercy, they are loose again.
And come with naked swords. Let's call for more help to have them bound again.
Away, they'll kill us.
Oh, I see these witches are afraid of swords.
She that would be your wife now ran from you.
Oh, come to the centaur, fetch her stuff from thence. I long that we were safe and sound aboard.
Faith, stay here this night. They will surely do us no harm. You saw they speak us fair, give us gold. Methinks they are such a gentle nation, that but for the mountain of mad flesh that claims marriage of me, I could find it in my heart to stay here and turn witch.
I will not stay tonight for all the town. Therefore, away to get our stuff aboard.
I am sorry, sir, that I have hindered you, but I protest he had the chain of me, though most dishonestly he doth deny it.
How is the man esteemed here in the city?
Oh, very reverent, a very reverent reputation, sir, of credit infinite, highly beloved, second to none that lives here in the city. His word might bear my wealth at any time.
Speak softly, yonder as I think he walks.
'Tis so. And that self-chain about his neck, which he forswore most monstrously to have. Good sir, draw near to me. I'll speak to him. Signor Antipholus, I wonder much that you would put me to this shame and trouble, and not without some scandal to yourself, with circumstance and oaths as to deny this chain which now you wear so openly. Beside the charge, the shame, imprisonment, you have done wrong to this my honest friend, who, but for staying of our controversy, had hoisted sail and put to sea today. This chain you had of me, can you deny it?
I think I had. I never did deny it.
Yes, that you did, sir, and forswore it too.
Who heard me to deny it or forswear it?
These ears of mine, thou knowest, did hear thee. Fie on thee, wretch! 'Tis pity that thou livest to walk where any honest men resort.
Thou art a villain to impeach me thus. I'll prove mine honor and mine honesty against thee presently, if thou darest stand.
I dare, and do defy thee for a villain.
Ah!
Hold, hurt him not, for God's sake. He is mad. Some, get within him, take his sword away, bind Dromio too, and bear them to my house.
Run, master, run, for God's sake, take a house. Oh, this is some priory. In, or we are spoiled.
Be quiet, people! Wherefore throng you?
To fetch my poor distracted husband hence. Let us come in, that we may bind him fast and bear him home for his recovery.
I knew he was not of his perfect wits.
How long hath this possession held the man?
But this week he hath been heavy, sour, sad, and much different from the man he was. But till this afternoon his passion ne'er brake into extremity of rage.
Hath he not lost much wealth by rack of sea, buried some dear friend? Hath not else his eye strayed his affection and unlawful love? A sin prevailing much in youthful men who give their eyes the liberty of gazing. Which of these sorrows is he subject to?
To none of these, except it be the last, namely, some love that drew him oft from home.
You should, for that, have reprehended him.
Oh, why, so I did.
Aye, but not rough enough.
As roughly as my modesty would let me.
Happily in private.
And in assemblies too.
Aye, but not enough.
It was the copy of our conference. In bed he slept not for my urging it, at board he fed not, but for my urging it. Alone it was the subject of my theme. In company I often glanced it, still did I tell him it was vile and bad.
And therefore came it that the man was mad. The venom clamors of a jealous woman poisons more deadly than a mad dog's tooth. It seems his sleeps were hindered by thy railings, and thereof comes it that his head is light. Thou sayest his meat was sauced with thy upbraidings. Unquiet meals make ill digestions, thereof the raging fire of fever bred. And what's a fever but a fit of madness? Thou sayest his sports were hindered by thy brawls. A sweet recreation barred, what doth ensued, but moody and dull melancholy, kinsman to grim and comfortless despair, and at her heels a huge infectious troop of pale distemperatures and foes of life. In food, in sport, and life-preserving rest, to be disturbed, would mad or man or beast. The consequence is then, thy jealous fits hath scarred thy husband from the use of wits.
She never reprehended him but mildly, when he demeaned himself rude, rough, and wildly. Why bear you these rebukes and answer not?
She did betray me to my own reproof. Good people, enter and lay hold on him.
No, not a creature enters in my house.
Then let your servants bring my husband forth.
Neither. He took this place for sanctuary, and it shall privilege him from your hands till I have brought him to his wits again, or lose my labor in assaying it.
I will attend my husband, be his nurse, diet his sickness, for it is my office, and will have no attorney but myself, and therefore let me have him home with me.
Be patient, for I will not let him stir till I have used the appropriate means I have with wholesome syrups, drugs, and holy prayers to make of him a formal man again. It is a branch and parcel of mine oath, a charitable duty of my order. Therefore, depart and leave him here with me.
I will not hence, and leave my husband here, and ill it doth beseem your holiness to separate the husband and the wife.
Be quiet and depart. Thou shalt not have him.
Complain unto the Duke and of his indignity.
Come, go. I will fall prostrate at his feet, and never rise until my tears and prayers have won his grace to come in person hither, and take perforce my husband from the abbess.
By this I think the dial points at 5. Anon, I'm sure the Duke himself in person comes this way to the melancholy vale, the place of death and sorry execution, behind the ditches of the abbey here.
Upon what cause?
To see a reverend Syracusan merchant who put unluckily into this bay against the laws and statutes of this town, beheaded publicly for his offense.
Oh, see where they come. We will behold his death.
Kneel to the Duke before he pass the abbey.
Yet once again proclaim it publicly. If any friend will pay the sum for him, he shall not die. So much we tender him.
Justice, a most sacred Duke, against the abbess.
She is a virtuous and reverend lady. It cannot be that she hath done thee wrong.
May it please your grace, Antipholus, my husband, who I made lord of me and all I had at your important letters, this ill day a most outrageous fit of madness took him, that desperately he hurried through the street, with him his bondmen, all as mad as he, doing displeasure to the citizens by rushing in their houses, bearing thence rings, jewels, anything his rage did like. Once did I get him bound and sent him home, whilst to take order for the wrongs I went, that here and there his fury had committed. Anon, I wot not by what strong escape he broke from those that had the guard of him, and with his mad attendant and himself, each one with ireful passion, with drawn swords, met us again, and madly bent on us, chased us away, till raising of more aid we came again to bind them. Then they fled into this abbey, whither we pursued them, and here the abbess shuts the gates on us, and will not suffer us to fetch him out, nor send him forth that we may bear him hence. Therefore, most gracious Duke, with thy command, let him be brought forth and borne hence for help.
Long since thy husband served me in my wars, and I thee engaged a prince's word, when thou dost make him master of thy bed, to do him all the grace and good I could, go, some of you, knock at the abbey gate, and bid the Lady Abyss come to me. I will determine this before I stir.
Oh, mistress, shift and save yourself. My master and his man are broke loose, beaten the maids a row, and bound the doctor whose beard they singed off with brands of fire. As ever it blazed, they threw on him great pails of puddled mire to quench the hair. My master preaches patience to him, and the while his man with scissors nicks him like a fool, and sure, unless you send some present help, between them they will kill the conjurer.
Peace, fool, thy master and his man are here, and that is false thou dost report to us.
Mistress, upon my life, I tell you true, I have not breathed almost since I did see it. He cries for you and vows if you can take you to scorch your face and to disfigure you. Hark, hark, I hear him, mistress. Fly, be gone.
Come, stand by me, fear nothing. Guard with halberds.
By me, it is my husband. Witness you that he is borne about invisible. Even now we housed him in the abbey here, and now he's there, past thought of human reason.
Justice most great, O Duke, grant me the justice, even for the servant that long since I did thee, and when bid bestried the lows in the wars, and took deep scars to save thy life, even for the blood that then I lost for thee. Now grant me justice.
Unless the fear of death doth make me dote, I see my son Antipholus and Dromio.
Justice, sweet prince. Then again, that woman there, she whom thou gavest to me to be my wife, that hath abused and dishonored me, even in the strength of the height of injury beyond imagination, is the wrong, and she this day hath shamelessly thrown on me.
Discover how, and thou shalt find me just.
This day, great Duke, she shuts the door upon me, while she with harlots feasted in my house.
A grievous fault. Say, woman, didst thou so?
No, my lord. Myself, he, and my sister today did dine together. So befall my soul, as this is false, he burdens me with all.
Never may I look on day nor sleep on night, but she tells you to your highness the simple truth.
O perjured woman, thou art both forsworn. In this the madman justly charges them.
My liege, I am advised what to say, neither disturbed with the effect of wine, nor hasty rash, provoked with raging ire, albeit the wrongs might make me one the wiser man. And this woman locked me out this day from dinner. The goldsmith was there, were he not packed with her, could witness it, for he was with me then, who parted with me to go fetch a chain, promising to bring it to a porcupine, where Balthasar and I did dine together, our dinner done. He had not coming thither. I went to seek him. In the street I met him, and in this company, that gentleman, there this perjured goldsmith swear me down that I this day received the chain, which God he knows that I not saw, for the which he did arrest me. When the officer did I obey, and sent my peasant home for certain ducats, of none of which returned. Then fairly I bespoke to the officer to go in person with me to my house. And by the way, we met my sister, my wife, her sister, and the rabble more of the vile Confederates. And along with them, they brought me one pinch of a hungry man, fist villain, a mere anarchy, a mountebank, a third bear juggler, a fortune teller, and a needy, hollowed-eyed, sharp wretch, a living dead man. This Pernus slave, forsooth, took on him as a conjurer, and gazed in my eyes, and feeling my pulse, and with no face, as were outfacing me, cries out what I possessed, and then together they fell upon me, bound me, bore me in their hands, and darkened in a dark and dingy vault at home, and left me there and my man both bound together, still gnawing in my teeth, and my bonds in sunder, and I gained from my freedom in and immediately ran hither to your grace, whom I beseech thee to give up my ample satisfaction for these deep shames and deep indignities.
My lord, in truth, thus far I witness with him that he dined not at home, but was locked out.
But had he such a chain of thee, or no?
Oh, he had, my lord, and when he ran in here, these people saw the chain about his neck.
Besides, I will be sworn these ears of mine heard you confess you had the chain of him after you first forswore it on the mart. And thereupon I drew my sword on you, and then you fled into this abbey here, from whence I think you are come by a miracle.
I never came within these walls of the abbey, nor did I thou withdraw my sword on me, and I never saw the chain. So help me heaven, and this is false. Your burden with me withal.
Why, what an intricate impeach is this? I think you all have drunk of Circe's cup. If here you housed him, here he would have been. If he were mad, he would not plead so coldly. You say he dined at home. The goldsmith here denies that same. Sirrah, what say you?
Sir, he dined with her there at the Porpentine.
He did, and from my finger he snatched that ring.
It's true, my liege, the ring I had of her.
Sawest thou him enter at the abbey here?
As sure, my liege, as I do see your grace.
Why, this is strange. Go call the abbess hither. I think you all are mated or stark mad.
Most mighty Duke, vouchsafe me speak a word. Haply I see a friend will save my life and pay the son that may deliver me.
Oh, speak freely, Syracusian, what thou wilt.
Is not your name, sir, called Antipholus? And is not that your bondman, Dromio?
Within this hour I was his bondsman, sir, but I thank him, not into my cords. Now I'm Dromio and his man unbound.
I'm sure you both of you remember me.
Ourselves we do remember, sir, by you, for lately we were bound as you are now. You are not Pinch's patient, are you, sir?
Why look you strange on me? You know me well.
I never saw you in my life till now.
Oh, grief hath changed me since you saw me last, and careful hours with time's deformed hand have written strange defeatures in my face. But tell me yet, dost thou not know my voice?
Neither.
Dromio, nor thou?
No, trust me, sir, not I.
I am sure thou dost.
Aye, sir, but I'm sure I do not. And whatever a man denies, you are now bound to believe him.
Not know my voice? Oh, time's extremity! Hast thou so cracked and splitted my poor tongue in 7 short years, that here my only son knows not my feeble key of untuned cares? Though now this grained face of mine be hid in sap-consuming winter's drizzled snow, all the conduits of my blood froze up, yet hath my night of life some memory, my wasting lamps some fading glimmer left, my dull deaf ears a little used to hear. All these old witnesses I cannot err. Tell me thou art my son Antipholus.
I never saw my father in my life.
But 7 years since in Syracuse, boy, thou knowest we parted. Oh, perhaps, my son, thou shamest to acknowledge me in misery.
The Duke, and I all know me in the city, can witness me that is not so. I ne'er saw Syracuse in my life.
Oh,
I tell thee, Syracusian, 20 years have I been patron to Antipholus, during which time he never saw Syracuse. I see thy age and dangers make thee dote.
Oh,
Most mighty Duke, behold a man much wronged.
I see two husbands, or my eyes deceive me.
One of these men is genius to the other, and so of these, which is the natural man and which is the spirit? Who deciphers them?
I, sir, am Dromio. Command him away.
Ah, sir, I'm Dromio. Pray let me stay.
Ian, art thou not? Or else his ghost?
Oh, my old master, who has bound him here?
Whoever bound him, I will loose his bonds and gain a husband by his liberty. Speak, old Aegeon, if thou beest the man that hadst a wife once called Amelia, that bore thee a burden two fair sons. Oh, if thou beest the same, Aegeon, speak, and speak unto the same. Amelia.
if I dream not, thou art Amelia. If thou art she, tell me, where is that son that floated with thee on the fatal raft?
By men of Epidamnon, he and I, and the twin Dromio, all were taken up. But by and by, rude fishermen of Corinth by force took Dromio and my son from them, and me they left with those of Epidamnon. What then became of them, I cannot tell. I to this fortune that you see me in.
Why, here begins this morning story right. These two Antipholus, these two so like, and these two Dromios, one in semblance. Besides her urging of her wrack at sea, these are the parents to these children, which accidentally are met together. Antipholus, thou camest from Corinth first?
No, sir, not I. I came from Syracuse.
Stay, stand apart. I know not which is which.
Well, I don't know where the other guy went.
I came from Corinth, my most gracious lord,
And I with him.
brought to this town by that most famous warrior, Duke Menaphon, your most renowned uncle.
Which of you two did dine with me today?
Oh, I, gentle mistress.
Are not you my husband?
No, I say nay to that.
And so do I, yet did she call me so. And this fair gentlewoman, her sister here, did call me brother. When I told you then, I hope I shall have leisure to make good. If this be not a dream, I see and hear.
Is that is the chain, sir, which you had of me?
I think it be, sir. I deny it not.
And you, sir, for this chain arrested me.
I think I did, sir. I deny it not.
I sent you money, sir, to be your bail by Dromio, but I think he brought it not.
No, none by me.
Oh, this purse of ducats I received from you, and Dromio, my man, did bring them me. I see we still did meet each other's man, and I was ta'en for him, and he for me. And thereupon these errors our arose.
These ducats pawn I for my father here.
Shall not need, thy father hath his life.
Sir, I must have that diamond from you.
There, take it, and much thanks for my good cheer.
Renowned Duke, vouchsafe to take the pains to go with us into the abbey here, and here at large discoursed all our fortunes, and all that are assembled in this place that by this sympathized one day's error have suffered wrong. Go keep us company, and we shall make full satisfaction. 33 years have I but gone in travail of you, my sons, and till this present hour my heavy burden ne'er delivered. The Duke, my husband, and my children both, and you the calendars of their nativity, go to a gossip's feast and go with me after so long grief. Such nativity!
With all my heart, I'll gossip at this feast.
Master, shall I fetch your stuff from shipboard?
Dromio, what stuff of mine hast thou embarked?
Oh, your goods that lay at host, sir, in the centaur.
Oh, he speaks to me. I am your master, Dromio. Come, go with us. We'll look at that anon. Embrace thy brother there. Rejoice with him.
Oh, there is a fat friend at your master's house that kitchened me today for you at dinner. She shall now be my sister, not my wife.
Methinks you are my class and not my brother. I see by you I'm a sweet-faced youth. Will you walk in to see their gossiping?
No, sir, you are my elder.
That's a question. How shall we try it?
We'll draw cuts for the senior. Till then, lead thou first.
Nay, then thus. We came into this world like brother and brother, and now let's go hand in hand, not one before the other.
All right, come on back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in tonight for this reading of our penultimate reading of the Comedy of Errors. Tune in 2 weeks. It looks like 2 weeks for our final reading of Hamlet, the Dane of Denmark, or whatever his name is. Come back and join us then. See ya.